All right. What's going on, everybody? Coming back, giving God all the honor, the glory, and all the praise. I want to dive right into this video, and I want to give a shout out to my man Rick 6874. Big shout out to you, Rick, and we're going to deal with Revelation chapter 3, verses 10 and 11, and Isaiah chapter 26, verses 20 and 21. And like I was telling you in the comment, it's hard, Rick, when people just try to start anywhere in the Bible, especially when you talk about a book like Revelation, and you haven't went through the Old Testament. A lot of things would not make sense if you just try to skip past the Old Testament and dive around. It's going to be extra hard to understand the Bible. That's why I was saying in the comment, a lot of people, they pick up a few scriptures and then they think they know it all, and you got to rightly divide the word of God. So you was asking me about, let's look at Revelation chapter 3 first, those verses 10 and 11. Now, let's remember, big brother, this is the church of Philadelphia who the Lord was so pleased with. And Philadelphia means brotherly love. And they kept the word of God. He told them he was going to make the people from Satan's synagogue. There was ones claiming that they was Jews, and they really wasn't. They was just lying. He was going to make them come and bow down at their feet and realize that God had loved them because they was faithful. So anytime when you see in the Bible, I don't know why so many, I just got to say this like I want to. I don't know why when it comes to going through or being protected, a lot of people think that you have to escape off of this earth to be protected from, for God to protect you. And I don't know what Bible people read, because many times in the Bible, God took care of his people right on earth, protected them. So that's one thing I wanted to say first in this video also. But Philadelphia, they had kept the word. And the Lord was so pleased with them. So he was simply saying, I will also keep them from the hour of temptation. He didn't say nothing about flying them away. And when God keeps us, let's be real, look at our own lives. How many times is temptation always around us? Most of us want to give in, but don't God always make a way that we are not tempted? God does not tempt us. Satan does. God always provides a way out. So he just simply saying, I'm going to keep you from temptation. I'm going to protect you. He's saying, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. And once again, when God put his protections around us, we don't have to go nowhere. See, I look at this in the spirit, my brother. A lot of people don't agree with me when I say stuff like this, because most people that I talk to, they believe in rapture. They think you got to escape off earth so you won't go through nothing. And I live in the hood, brother. I've been going through stuff all my life, and God been protecting me from the devil all my life. And you know what's sad and what's funny? I ain't going to say sad, but what's funny? I'm still right here. Many times, brother, I done walk down the street, bullets flying from the enemy. People who can't stand each other, wicked folks on earth shooting at each other, and I've been protected. God always pulled me through. Do that make me special and I'm more better than somebody else? No, I'm just using that as an example. God has always protected me right here. God in the Bible always protected. Look at the plagues thrown on Egypt. Israel was right there on earth. Noah was able to get out with his family. The 8, we already know. Everybody else, we know what happened. Lot and his family. When God said he was going to fire up Sodom and Gomorrah, he provided a way. Look at Daniel in the lion's den. He made a way. Look at the Hebrew boys. He always makes a way. But it's all these people teaching this escape stuff that got a problem with suffering. I'm in it to win it, my brother. I'm in it to the long run. If I die, I'm still protected. Y'all hear what I'm saying, man. I try to teach what's real, man. I don't get caught up in all this stuff. So yes, the Lord was pleased with the church, Philadelphia and Smyrna. That's why I say, brother, if you want to look at the whole book of Revelation on her, I've done it, and I talked about all of this, man, and God was so pleased with Smyrna and Philadelphia. Only thing he said about Philadelphia was that they was just a little weak. And anytime, this is why we got to build each other up. Anytime you fight the devil so much all the time, like we always do in our life, you can also become weak. Your spirit can become poor. But that's why he say, blessed are the poor in spirit. A poor spirit can be what? Lifted right back on up. Because it takes a lot out of you being in the flesh, dealing with stuff. You can get wore down, you can get beaten up, but you don't give up. God was pleased with Philadelphia. I wish every church up was like Philadelphia or Smyrna. Now, them other 5 churches, I pray that your church is not like them. Especially the lukewarm church. We all know what that church was. Keeping you from the hour of temptation. See, those who endure, brother, once again, those who endure to the end shall be saved. That's the word of God. And since they kept the command and endured, that means that they went through. The word is saying, I will keep you safe through the time of testing that is about to come over the whole world. I will keep you safe. And he was talking about on earth. Then he said in verse 11, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. He's coming quickly. Hold on to what you have. Keep the faith. Fight the good fight, like Paul said. Because when he comes, it's going to be all worth it. It's going to be a beautiful thing. That's why I say God always protected on earth. The Lord is keeping us from the devil right now. If you live for Christ, you should be putting the devil in his place. Every chance he come up on you, we can't give up. This was the church Jesus commended, my brother. He said they kept his word. He commended this church. He was proud of them. He was very proud of them. So I hope this makes sense to you, man. Because it's always, let me say this, it's always a blessing to suffer. It's a blessing to go through. I have gotten so many blessings because of what I have went through in my life. And God didn't take me to nothing that he wouldn't take me to something. He wouldn't take me to it if he wasn't going to bring me through it. So by him taking me to it, he bring me out of it. Now, a lot of stuff I took myself to. I can't sit here and lie like I've been, so perfect in my life. No, I took myself to a lot of stuff, doing what I wanted to do, but that's when I was young and dumb. Now I know better. I don't take myself to stupid situations now. I've learned from that. Just like when I went to the hospital, he pulled me through. Didn't know what was going on with my body. Didn't know what was happening to my heart. Now my heart is all the way back to normal. He took me to it to bring me through it so he can get some more glory. Not for me to get no glory. See, sometimes we want to walk around and always talking about, oh man, it's the devil. The devil, man, the devil got me down. The devil. A lot of times it could be God getting your attention. God taking you through something so he can pull you out of it, so you can be stronger, so you can give him the glory, so you can tell others the story. It's a blessing to suffer. It's going to even be a bigger blessing when I die and leave this flesh. Some of y'all don't hear me. It's a blessing. So he protected. He protected on earth. Now let's look at Isaiah 26, verses 20 through 21, like you were saying. That whole chapter is about trusting in God forever. That's why I say read that whole chapter, brother. It's all about trusting in God no matter what. It says, come my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. 21 says, for behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. See, if you look at this whole chapter until you get down to these verses 20, 20 and 21, that whole chapter is a song of holy joy and praise, in which the great things God had done. The people of God were so happy. But when you get down to 20 and 21, it's a little bit different. See, the people of God were taught to triumph in the safety and holy security, both of the church in general and of every particular member of it. We're talking about the Old Testament here now. Under the divine protection, to triumph over all opposing powers. They was taught to walk with God and wait for God. Notice I said wait, not get out. They was told and taught to wait for the Lord in the worst and darkest times. So when you look at these two scriptures here, he is telling, God is telling them, Prophet Isaiah said so much. Separate yourselves. Also remember who else was back then. The children of who? Babylon. So don't get mixed up with these children of Babylon. Get off and around them. See, they had certain places to go. And anytime God gave instructions and he spoke through the prophet, best believe you better do what the prophet say do. Do what God say do. When God does that, God is making the way. Just like he told Lot to get out. Already got a place of protection for you. He already told Noah, you going to make that ark. That's your protection. I got a way for you to get out. And it didn't mean escaping off this earth. God bless you. God keep you. Peace. Remain blessed.